Okay. Hopefully this will be working now. So let me get back in the conference. Try to get Reggie. And we'll get Danny Boy and P. Frank Williams. Timmy Diamonds. I know I'm late. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, guys. I had it. I kept doing the stream, and I was like, "Why is no one tuning in?" I keep going live, and no one's tuning in. And then I realized that I had it on unlisted. So 1 second. Let me get back in here. 1 second. Sorry, guys. Okay. Timmy Diamonds. Oh, okay. Now more people are coming on. Sorry about that, guys. If you're just seeing this, I tried to start the stream like 5 minutes before 7, and I had it unlisted like an idiot, so that was my bad. But so tonight, the first hour, we'll have Danny Boy and Reggie, and then the second hour, we will have P. Frank Williams, who you probably all saw on the Who Killed Tupac A&E documentary or series. He also worked at the Source for a number of years, so yeah, Timmy, Danny Boy, I don't think is gonna be at work, so it should be good. Should be good tonight. Still not getting Mario. Did you enable notifications when you subscribed? What did Tupac say about Quincy John? I don't know about that. Young Poppy, I don't know what he said. Gunsmoke the Dawn, what's up? I think your shirt went out today if I didn't send it out Friday. Whenever I told you it went out, it went out. That's Reggie calling in. Hold on 1 second. Hello? Okay, sorry about that. So Reggie's gonna call here on the line in a minute, and then we'll try to get Danny Boy on. In the meantime, let's start getting questions for either Reggie, Machiavelli 7 Days. I always look forward to you doing your Tupac songs, where you put the titles out during the chat. I want to see what Machiavelli 7 Days' favorite Tupac songs are. He likes blurting out those song titles, so always curious to see. Oh, and no problem, Gunsmoke. So, hope everybody's having a good Monday. I know most people don't like Mondays. I actually prefer Mondays, so I might be one of the only ones. Hold on. That's Reggie calling in again, and it's not calling on the right line. So I'm gonna mute the mic 1 second. Hold on. Okay. Sorry about that. Let's see. I have to email. Also miss it. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what's up with YouTube not sending these notifications. Fanto, he was on the A&E Who Killed Tupac series, and he also worked at the Source for a lot of years, so he should be able to have some good, interesting stories and insight. Do you still have the two-way, John? No, I definitely don't have the two-way. I'll do name some more songs. Okay, Machiavelli 7 Day, you do some songs. Maybe we're gonna have. You guys love Sharitha, huh? Okay. Who do we have? Okay, I'm gonna patch you in. 1 second.
I can see now.
Okay. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, you're on. So,
What's going on, fam? How y'all doing?
they love Sharitha. They still want Sharitha back. Okay. Should get down going on here.
Yep. So we're gonna have Danny Boy on today. Do a part 2. try to finish up the interview with him. I seem to like him a lot. I viewed the one that we did over 5,500 times, so that was a good response. And then we're gonna have this producer later on in the show, Frank Williams, who he's the guy that y'all kind of know him from where Gene Deal kind of ambushed that A&E listening party or session, and the one that was with Ben Crump on the show with Ben Crump, the black gentleman with the mustache. He also was the editor of the Source magazines during the Death Row heyday, and he also was one of the producers on the Fox show when they ambushed me. But anyway, he's gonna come on about 8:15 after we get through with Danny Boy. So yeah, Frank Williams is big in hip hop. He did the Wu-Tang film. He did a bunch of stuff. He has a good resume. He's an Emmy-winning producer, and like I said, y'all know him from the Fox show. He was a producer on that, and then he was the one that was doing a lot of talking on the A&E show with Ben Crump, and so we're getting some of that stuff. But more importantly, he was the executive producer, not the executive producer, but the editor of the Source magazine back in the 90s when everything was going on. So he's real knowledgeable, and if y'all want, pull up and read up on him, on his white, what's that, Wikipedia?
Oh yeah, IMDb or Wikipedia. Yeah.
Yeah, you can read up on him and get his history, and y'all be real impressed with his journalism and his stuff once you read that. So I told Danny Boy to call in about 7:10. John had a little technical problems at the beginning.
Yeah. The alerts weren't working or something.
Yeah, with the alert, I think he was trying to keep us off. He didn't want to work tonight.
Oh, there you go. Why do I always get the blame?
It was usually you.
No. That actually was it was me. I had it as unlisted like an idiot. So I kept doing these streams, but it was going unlisted, so people weren't being notified. So it's Monday for you. That's what happens when you get me on a Monday.
We've been doing on Mondays for a while, I thought.
That's true. I know, and I like Mondays, so I can't use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
Gunsmoke the Dawn. You play back RJ Bonds.
All right, Danny Boy number. Call him, see where he's at.
All right.
All right, John, go ahead and be talking. I'll go off for a minute and try to get on the
Okay.
All right.
I don't know if you guys caught the little thing that it did where we're gonna do a thing to help Reggie, where if you don't donate like 100 to his GoFundMe, you can call in and answer questions from the board for like 15-20 minutes or ask him stuff. And if you do 500, you can host the whole show. Ask him whatever you want. Talk to whoever we have lined up to be a guest. Whatever happened to John B? He's still around. Fridays are better. I agree. Machiavelli 7 days. But yeah. So anything we can do to help Reggie with his with his lawyer situation and all that stuff that's going to be coming up with his case. There's a link in the description if you want to contribute some. And I know a lot of you have, and I definitely appreciate that. And I know he does too. So good looking on that. B-Lee, we could do that. We could do that. I don't know how I would get it to him, but we could try that. Let's see. Is there anything specific that you would like us to ask Danny Boy about when he gets on? Any particular songs? Any particular sessions? I definitely want to talk to him about what he was told his plan was for his album. As far as if he was going to come out after the Machiavelli album or the Dogfather album, or kind of what timetable he was given. So try to get some insight into that, because I'm always curious to know what the artists were told or what they were hoping for would happen. So that'll be good. Let's see. Toss it up question for Danny Boy. Okay. Do you want to ask him about the song, or one of the 2 video shoots, or all of the above? Can you ask him about Toss It Up video shoot? Big time. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, so we're waiting for Danny Boy to call in. I told him 7:10, so he's taking the play on him 5 minutes late.
Yeah. Go Smoke, I did do that.
So let's see. Let me look at the board. See what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of asked people to just just start telling us what they want to know from Danny Boy.
I can barely hear you, John.
Oh, I was gonna say, people are already asking. I asked people to start telling us what they would like us to ask Danny Boy. So a couple said the Toss It Up videos, and
no, but then we're gonna miss it. We're gonna miss it on the stream, and then
that's
true.
Be yeah.
I wouldn't even type it until y'all after we talk. All of those nice questions gonna get missed.
That's true.
Because it goes off the board. I don't know if the stream, it goes up and up and up, and it'll be gone.
Yeah.
And we just read them. I know I just read them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wouldn't type them in,
yeah.
Until later, but that's on y'all.
Oliver Crenshaw said, "Hey Reggie, can you talk about John Payne?"
I don't know nothing about him. That was your boss. I didn't work for him.
That's true.
I don't know anything about him. Other than E1 has entrusted him to be the engineer or their guy to get the music whenever they need something.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know much about him.
Yeah.
All the artists seem to hate him. And then, but E1 has a lot of respect for him. The producers that worked on the Death Row Chronicles, they like the work that he did. Mm-hmm. He's the one that he got credit as the music producer or the music supervisor on that program. And so, I don't know. I can't talk bad about him. For me to talk bad about him, I'll just be hating on him because I never deal with him.
Yeah.
And I don't have to deal with him. I just deal with Alan Grumbach, the president of E1, and then the CEO, Michael Healy. Those are the only 2 I deal with.
So you go straight to the top, straight to the higher ups.
Can't deal with no employees, non-decision makers.
Yeah. Jersey, do you 2 have death row chains? Yeah, we do.
Okay. Yeah. Hope anybody can forgive us. All I get was just trusting me. I talked to him earlier about 1 o'clock.
Oh no, Supreme Calero. I would never trade my iPhone for an Android. So, I'm too loyal to iPhone. I couldn't do it. I have the whole little MacBook Pro, iPhone. I can't give it away. Future Shock chains. No, I wouldn't want one.
What record company was Future Shock?
It was like the name before it was Death Row or something like that. Before they came up with the name Death Row.
Yeah, it's another name.
Mm-hmm.
I always talk about before even Future Shock. Jewel takes credit for naming Death Row.
Mm-hmm.
Death Row Records.
Yeah.
Somebody else I heard in an interview try to take credit for it. I always heard Death Row come. Jewel came over that.
Mm-hmm. Who owns Death Row Records today? E1. Correct, Reggie?
Yeah, E1 Entertainment owns it. They bought it from Wide Awake.
Are you going to make free Reggie t-shirts?
Send me out. I'm going to call... No, actually Harry didn't come up with that name. I knew it was somebody I heard in an interview that they came up with it. But no, I always heard of it. They were called... Harry came up with that other name, Black something. Gangster, what was that name?
Mm-hmm.
I used to know it because the Mercedes was registered to that name. Godfather's Entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
That was the name, yeah, Godfather's Entertainment. Oh, yeah, Guns, Smoke, and Guns, and Godfather, Records, those Godfathers. You know, same thing. The actual mostly track and reel. Yeah, the big reels. We used to call them, what, 24 inches, I think?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. That's where the stuff where you can take stuff off and add stuff to it and mix it down and all of that. So gats and everything everybody working from, you can't really do too much to clean them up.
Mm-hmm.
Machiavelli 7 Until the End of Time, the best Tupac album? Well, I would love to think that because myself and Tom Wally, the one that put that together, who was at Interscope at the time, started running Warner Music later. But you know, that's like you looking at your baby and know it's ugly as a mug, and you're like, oh man, that baby's so beautiful. I think that's what's up with that with me. I don't agree with you. My Machiavelli 7 says All Eyes on Me is by far better than Until the End of Time.
Would you pick All Eyes on Me over the Machiavelli album?
I'll pick out All Eyes on Me over than any album that ever came out, to be honest.
All right.
As far as listening to the whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
even though I was a big Ghetto Boys record, as far as rap,
Uh-huh.
I got to go to the Marcelli record if y'all want to talk about this from end to end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, looks like Danny Boy doing me wrong, y'all. I have to call it back up. He must have wanted to listen to some of the interviews about top 10 about it.
Me Against the World West Classic.
And I'm just going to break a voicemail. All right, I'm about to call. Let me call Frank and see if he's available. If not,
Okay.
we'll go to the real. Hey, John, while you're on there, read a little bit of Frank's history so people will know about it.
Okay.
But I know most people don't know about Frank.
Yeah.
Frank well.
Okay, let me pull it up.
I'll be off the air for a minute.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right. So, he is an Emmy award-winning producer, TV film producer, writer and journalist, author and commentator. Let's see some of the stuff he's done. He produced films like Wu, the story of Wu-Tang Clan, A Hustler's Ambition, which is going to be a documentary about the life of young Jeezy. He did, let's see, he worked on Who Killed Tupac, obviously. His credits include the 2010 BET Honors on BET, 2010 BET Honors, 2009 NAACP Image Awards on Fox. He also was former executive editor of the Source magazine, and he interviewed a lot of people like Ice Cube, Spike Lee, Snoop, Lauryn Hill, stuff like that. Let's see what else super accomplished. He also did a Jailhouse interview with Suge back in the 90s, so we can talk to him about that. Let's see what else. You'll know him when we put his photo up. You'll recognize him if you saw the Who Killed Tupac series. So, did you guys get alerts that it was live, or did you just happen to come on? I'm curious if alerts are working or not. John, did you ever? Oh, okay. I know who Supreme is. It's what's my guy's name? Ronald McDonald. Okay, alerts. Okay, so some did, some didn't. Okay. No alert. Okay. Oh, Jersey Deep, you got alert. Okay, cool. So I know it's working because I think you have to subscribe and then you also have to enable alerts to get alerts. But I could be completely wrong about that. Let's see. I don't know where Danny Boy is. The Life Network said no. He just straight up told me no. Subscribe and then the bell. Yeah. It shows you how little I subscribe to people. I don't know the notification settings and all that stuff. Somebody asked too the other day how to do a tip on the chat, and I have no idea how to do that. I'm assuming it's this little dollar icon in the corner, but I honestly I have no idea. I probably blocked Ronald because he was saying personal shit about me that only a stalker would probably know. What happened to the Outlaws and Puffy at the Hip Hop Honors? B. Dashley, we can ask. We can ask him about that. Chat crew, exactly. Gotta subscribe. I can't let JMX have more subscribers than me, and I'm trying to do more work than him. Not work as in like work, but work as in trying to put more content out and do more things. So if you haven't subscribed, if you would, that would be helpful. Hey, John, yes, Sandeep, go ahead. We may get cut off if Reggie gets somebody on, but feel free to ask me whatever you want to ask me.
All right. I got a couple of people I sent texts to, so they call in. All right. Yeah, so I saw somebody on the board ask, did I help out with the Are You Still Down album? No, that was an album that was done by the estate with Jive Records, and it was pretty much done from Tupac leftovers from his days prior to Death Row with Interscope. So that's what's up with that. So no, I wasn't involved with the Are You Still Down album. Even though I don't know how they got the album. With the John B song. Was John B on there? Was that the one with John B on there?
No, it was under the same title, but no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sandeep, just wondering, why do you... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
The John B song was done while he was on Death Row.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my thought. Okay. But that was all prior to Death Row days or songs.
Sandeep says, just wondering, why do I think Wide Awake ultimately failed? Do I think it was lack of artist support or just marketing or a combination of things? I think it was marketing and the lack of artist support, to be honest. But I think they had good intentions. They just, at the time, if you're into marketing, especially online, you would know that there's a lot more targeting you could do now, to where it would make more sense to do it now. But back then, there wasn't a sufficient budget for marketing. So it was just dependent on the diehard fans, and by that time everybody was into MP3s and downloading stuff. So even if every diehard fan bought it, it was so many years later that there was no way. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I don't know how to say your name, DWSOC. The sound quality wasn't up to what it should have been, but they did what they could do. Put out as much as they could put out, and put out stuff that they thought people would like. They didn't do anything I felt malicious to fans. It just didn't work. Gunsmoke said, Reggie, get Kurt Cobain on here tonight. I don't know if Kurt has he taken your call since that time the other day?
Oh, I hadn't tried it since then.
Okay.
I may try to call him. I think Frank's going to be calling me, and I told him to call in a little early when he gets available.
Okay.
I had originally told him about 8:05. I'm going to try to move him up a little earlier.
Yeah.
What's that boy name? Kurt Cobain.
With a K.
The Dog Father. The Life Network said the Dog Father was fire. Go back and listen to it. Yeah, okay. Trust me, I listen to all Death Row music probably more than any of y'all. I'm pretty sure more than any of y'all. And no, it wasn't. I think when he did that remix with what was that heavy set guy? What was his name?
Biz Markie?
Not good with names. Yeah, Biz Markie.
Oh, Vapors?
Charlie, ooh wee, the Vapors.
Yeah.
The Vapors and Charlie, the ooh wee was the only thing on, and those were the singles.
Yeah.
Usually some songs be on there that I like those not singles. Those were the only 2 songs on there that was good.
Yeah. I thought the first single was okay. The Snoop's Beside Your Head, but yeah, it was a disappointment.
That's what Charlie
Yeah.
Wilson.
Yeah.
He was on there. That's what I call the ooh wee man.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh wee. Yeah, Midnight Love. That wasn't on that, was it?
No, it
Midnight
was
Love
later.
wasn't on Dog Father.
Yeah.
That was gonna be on the EP. You know?
Yeah.
That was on the EP. Yeah, that wasn't on Dog Father.
Some people got
Brian Killer,
notifications.
Brian Killer just think we some hoes or something about money, like we strippers in a club. Answer my question and I'll send you $20. Okay, that won't give me the answer no question.
And you know what his question was? It was something you've already answered probably 5 times.
One thing I won't do is ever have somebody sing or rap for you, or do something when you're throwing money at me. Those some stripper moves, and we used to hate for an artist because you always see people in a club. There's no disrespect, because I'm not to get racist. I ain't gonna put that racist jacket on me, but white folks used to love to make us, when they see us and they find out we wasn't football players or something, they're like, oh, y'all rappers or singers? Oh, can y'all rap? Can y'all sing a song for us? No, not audition. You be a lawyer or whatever your job is. We ain't gonna ask you to do this right here. It would be in restaurants and stuff. They want to hear you sing or rap. No, I hated that. Anyway, don't come at me like that, Brian. Maybe put your shit in capital letters or highlight it like some people do it. And put Reggie Wright on it, then I could see it. You gotta remember, you got like 200 people that's throwing questions at you. That's why we missed it. All right, Brian, I done talked about you enough, so I'm going to answer your question. Let's see, how Reggie do in depth? In depth. No, you're not going to do nothing in depth about the death row threats. I don't know. Crazy motherfuckers call everywhere and make threats. This crazy motherfuckers calling. It wasn't nothing that we was worried about like that. That's just people love attention. People love attention. Who was the smelliest death row member? Why would you act something like that? But the nastiest looking one to me was Bass. He always looked way older than me. Yeah. And I ain't trying to throw no diss at him. He just always looked like he had day old. What's up, Delucas Ross? Or young puppy Reggie? You might have already answered this, but what was the deal with Asian Jack in Pac history? Pretty much in the movie. The only thing I knew about him that he felt that he knew the girl, and that they flicked the girl on him that accused him of the rape. That's all. That's the gist that I got from him. That was part of our time with him. Oh, sorry. Apples and oranges. I don't know why people say apples and oranges. When you say apples and oranges, that means you like one or the other. But when you say it in a negative way, apples and prunes or apples and spinach or something like that, is what you're supposed to say. Apples and oranges mean, I like John. I like Reggie too. It's all about your taste. So say something like apples and prunes when you're trying to diss the other side. But nobody like prunes. But old folks.
I can honestly
Mario
say
Fernandez, what's good, man? Big time. How you doing, man? What you say, man? What's up, Kenneth McClain? Jersey Deep in the house? Man, let me see. I might even have to call Top Dog now. Y'all making me. Yeah, I'm gonna call Kurt and Top Dog. It's to wait 30 minutes until. Wait, come on. Let's call Danny Boy one more time. Ain't see him doing me like that.
Your call has been forwarded
oh,
to
right to the voicemail.
One, two voice now.
I wonder if his phone's dead.
Yeah, that's what it usually is. That wasn't put you on
Yeah.
block call.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me try this. All right, let me try to make some calls. Go ahead and talk about something.
Okay. Okay. I know I'm not a very exciting topic, but if you guys have any questions that you would like me to try to answer, I can do that. As long as it's nothing crazy. There's some weirdos in here that know what kind of car I drive and what I do in my free time and all kinds of other shit that I don't know how the hell they find out this shit. Who is Frank Williams? Frank Williams was an executive editor of the Source magazine in the 90s. Jersey Deep, definitely not. You already know. And Frank Williams was also on the A&E Who Killed Tupac. You'll recognize. Here, let me show you his picture. You'll recognize him when you see him. This guy. You remember this guy on the documentary? They called him P. Frank. John, what did you think of P.D. Pablo album he recorded while on death row? I don't know. I didn't really think much of it because he recorded a shitload of stuff, but he wasn't signed to death row. So once that was done, Suge just went and sold the masters to Jive. So he did.
All right. The real is about to come in. Call in.
It's always
I
good to have
said
the
I wanted
realist.
him to do something by himself. So we can have him for about 20, 30 minutes before Frank call.
Okay. Always good to have the realist.
We should be calling in a minute. I'm sorry. I just cut in. What was you talking about?
No. We were just talking about P.D. Pablo. I just asked if anybody had any questions. I know I'm not an exciting topic, but if anybody wanted to ask me anything, somebody asked what I thought about the P.D. Pablo album. And then I kind of explained that he did a lot of songs, but he wasn't really signed. That Suge went and sold his, all those songs back to Jive. So.
Yeah, he messed up PD's situation with Jive.
Yeah, killed that career.
Like, killed that boy career. Like, you fucking with him, we're not fucking with you.
Yeah. Dude, your boy Brian is really going in on you tonight. He must be one of the last sole subscribers over on the J-Mix channel. Clinging on.
They bored.
Yeah.
They bored. They help our numbers with that. That's all right. Yeah.
DeMarcus Ward, you
good.
always ask for him. I'll see what we can do.
One day I'm gonna take a picture of all my shit and post it. Want somebody to post my shit on TV? Post my shit on. But nah, I ain't gonna even go there. All right. Reggie, was Bow Wow signed to death row? Yes, he was. Johnny Cochran did his contract, actually. I don't know if y'all know kids under 17 can't legally sign a contract. So you have to go and the parents and the child and the attorneys have to take it to the court, and the courts have to approve it. And so he was signed to death row. Johnny Cochran did the paperwork, and we should have sued. To be honest, his contract was still up, but we hadn't paid him in a while because he went back home. Suge stopped messing with him. I don't know why they stopped messing with Bow Wow. Something happened, and I think somebody was messing with some mother or something. Something happened, and he ended up going back home. I think they're from Cleveland, Ohio, somewhere in Ohio, and when they went back home, he later on hooked up with Jermaine Dupri, and that's the situation over there. Technically, he was still under contract with us at that time. Could have sued him. We thought about it, but we left it alone.
Somebody asked this earlier, Reggie. What was bodyguard training and hiring? What was the process for you getting, like the Frank Alexanders and whatnot?
Originally, it was just all retired or off-duty cops. But the FBI went to all the police chiefs. I had cops that worked for Long Beach PD, the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, Compton PD, Calvin Hackey, Compton Unified School District, Police, Inglewood Unified School District Police. So anyway, several police departments. And they went and the FBI kept saying us getting them out of trouble. So I'm seeing all these cops around. And they went to the chiefs, and they couldn't tell them not to. But they were just saying, hey, what's going on? Why you got these cops working for them? For this record company. And see, most of the chiefs and stuff, they just knew about right-way protective services. They thought their guys working for right-way protective services. They didn't know they was actually working for Death Row Records. And so when they start throwing that out, Death Row Records, oh, you can't be hanging around the gangster guys and stuff like that. You can hang around professional athletes and basketball players, but you can't be hanging around rappers, which, if y'all know my history, which y'all don't, because y'all always accusing me of the cop. I was always the rebel. Like, oh, no, y'all can't do that. Y'all not going to give the rappers just because of what y'all think they're standing about. Y'all catch us doing something wrong, then deal with us. And so I had that issue. And then that's what made me start hiring the Frank Alexanders and people like that of the world, the guys that I didn't know or have good relationships with. And I thought he was a cop, but he lied to me. He had a badge and an ID, but find out he was just a jailer.
Would you do background checks on him, or not so much? It was more like referrals?
Pretty much if you had a badge and ID, I figured the police department did it.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, that's what I was trying to explain, that I had people that I knew, and then later on I just was starting to hire people that had the ID and the badge and stuff like that, that maybe I didn't do a thorough background check on. I just assumed since they was a cop. So if they was good enough to work for a police department, I figured it was good enough to work for me.
Yeah.
And like I said, a Long Beach CD had even slipped in a undercover agent, but we didn't care about that. That's what we didn't care about that, because you wouldn't do anything in front of no cop. If you was going to do something illegal, you wouldn't. You keep that in a small circle. But we wasn't doing anything. We were trying to keep them from getting $4 million lawsuits against them, which they had to pay out. Behind Malik, because he was an untrained professional bodyguard. He was just one of the homeboys that knew karate and all of that. So, anyway.
When you had Right Way, did you do just Death Row, or did you do other stuff as well, like for other people?
I had pretty much had. I used to do car lots.
Okay.
I didn't have more cops doing that. For
right.
the off-duty cops, they were pretty much for Death Row. They were the ones that pretty much for them. I had a guy named Gerald Busby. I used to do a lot of events for him. He was always giving parties for his daughter and stuff. Y'all know Gerald Busby. He's the guy that used to run the PA. He's the one that pretty much had the audition. That might have saw that name in the movie. The guy that kind of banged on Kevin on Tresment. What was the little boy name? When he was trying to lead the company. Well, anyway, Gerald Busby was running LPA. And I did a lot of work for him. I did all the video stuff that's been done in LA. Yeah.
Okay. I never heard about that MacArthur Productions. Did you hear about that, Reggie? He said there was an interview with Coolio talking about working with Tupac, and Tupac didn't want to pay the producer, so the producer erased the track in front of him. If he did, he's an idiot. I would keep that track.
I don't. That could have been that was part of Death Row, because he wouldn't have walked out of the studio.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all think it was just like that around there. It wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have happened. That would have been a good day.
And everything was recorded and saved, right? Even the scraps and all that stuff. Like, everything was the engineers were told to keep everything, right? Reggie?
Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was saying that during the Can-Am days, the engineers were told to keep everything, correct? Like scraps, mess-ups, just to have everything. Is that correct?
Let me take the code.
Man, you see? This guy's not even listening.
Yeah, I told you I'm trying to work the phone.
I know. No disrespectful question, John Reggie.
Nobody.
Oh, the realist is calling me. Hold on right now. Hold on one second.
I just texted him.
Okay.
But no, I mean, record it. If Tupac told him to erase something, it would have got erased.
Yeah. But
not because an outside producer said do it. It wouldn't have went down. what would happen with like I said, prior to him coming to us, who knows? Like I always try to tell y'all, people try to always have a Tupac story.
Mm-hmm.
Gangsta Paradise. One person I know that Tupac didn't like, for some reason, I don't know the history, was LL Cool J. I remember we was at a Lakers basketball game, and LL was sitting on the front row, and they were sitting on the floor at the Forum. It was at the Forum, and he tried to speak to Pac at the Laker game. Pac kind of brushed him off, like, and he was looking like, "What's up? What's this about? What's up, Pop?" But I don't know. I never knew the history or why, but Pac couldn't stand LL. Yeah. I remember that at a Laker game. Somebody on the board said it was over a girl, so he must have heard about it. On the J. Over a girl. Who's that?
What's rocking?
There he is.
What's up?
Who's this?
It's real.
Oh, what up, real?
What's rocking, baby?
Oh, not much. How you doing today?
Man, I'm solid, man. How y'all doing?
Cool. Sorry for calling you at the last minute. We had Danny Boy scheduled to come on, and his phone going straight to voicemail, so I don't know if he probably done listened to one of my earlier interviews bashing me. I think I even bashed him in the last interview. They tried to get me to interview Papa G. And I said, man, I didn't already deal with one fairy for the week. Y'all trying to make me deal with two fairies, so he might have heard that, so who knows. Yeah.
Nah, man, stop it, man. Come on, man. It's all right, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
So they've been trying to get me to get you. They was like, you always make you really share your time with them. I'm like, shit, because we ain't real stuff. That's how we do it. So say,
yeah, it's all love.
Get him on by himself. So
it's all love.
So
how everybody doing out there, man?
Nah, they all
yes,
good. Sending love. They already sending stuff. So I'm trying to just knock out some questions for you right quick. We ain't gonna just talk shit. We're gonna let you answer some questions right quick. Sandeep, and don't be long-winded with them because you like to explain the whole goddamn A to Z. Just explain A to D. The realist. Let's talk about drunk driving in my glass house featuring Crooked Eye.
They love that one, realist.
About that?
They love that one.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me just tell people because they're asking where P. Frank is. P. Frank coming on at 8:05. All right? So y'all want to tune out and come back to 8:05, fine. If not, y'all going to listen to my boy, Realist, whoever you are, Mr. Fanto. All right, go ahead, Real.
You say they want to hear about drunk driving in my glass house?
Yes, sir.
Like I say, man, I think I was...
Crooked Eye did it. I don't remember. Was Crooked Eye on there originally?
Yeah, Crooked on that record.
Oh.
And Swoop G.
Oh, okay.
That record, honestly, man, came from when we was running through New York, me and Jay Flex. And I had found out, like, I didn't know what the mixtape game was. I was just on some, like, from the South End on a screw tape. And I went on me and Jay Flex went on the whole East Coast run. And, like, in the beginning of '97, I heard niggas rapping on everybody else's tracks. So, Reg, I came back out and told Suge, and remember, you gave me access to go touch a ton of just death row samples. I was like, man, nigga, this is what they doing on the East Coast. I said, I want to go start rapping on all the other songs that ain't coming out. And that's when I got the access to go just start touching a gang of just different records. So I heard, I was just going through a lot of just different reels at that time. And I got a Pac reel. And I was like, okay, cool. At that time, that record wasn't even going to come out. Because back in the day, Suge would say, and you would say, those studio scraps. That song will never come out. Yeah. And I know we say that and niggas would get their feelings hurt, but at that time, shit wasn't going to be given to a Feeny or all that kind of stuff. So all that wasn't going on at the time. So we was just like, okay, let's just flip some records. We were just flipping. So we got in contact with the same producers. Like, hey, we're going to just start flipping records. Let's flip records. I said, this is what they doing on the East Coast. And so I got Cobain to flip the beat, the Ozzy Brother sample. Like, let's flip this. This is what this was. And we doing drunk dropping in my glass house. I said, this is what it is. This is what they doing in New York right now. This is the hottest shit moving. And I said, I was going to put Scarface on it. And Face was really going to, I had Face lined up to get on it. And Swoop G already was on it. And then boom, Crooked I came to the label. So I'm like, all right, got to throw Crooked on here now. And swoop, he a label mate, so we're going to keep it all in-house. At that time, Reg, you know, we really wasn't getting outside artists to get on Death Row music. We kept it all Death Row.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, everybody on
Stretch and Scarface, because they were really,
yeah,
really ones rocking it for Pac right after they passed away.
They was all for it. They was all for the whole get down. You know what I'm saying? But I said, damn, all right, boom, let's throw Crook on here. And Crook came in and knocked it out of the ballpark, and that was drunk driving in my class I came from. That's how that record originated. That's where it came from. It never came out, but that's where it came from. And after that, I just started just knocking out a ton of records, just trying to keep up with what they was doing on the East Coast as far as the mixtape game. And it all started with me doing that in 97.
I told him before he started, y'all, A to D, not A to Z. He got a 100 questions for you. A to Z.
I'm done with that. So I'm done with that. I'm done with that one. I'm done.
All right. Let me ask you. I hope your girl ain't sitting next to you, but I had put this out there before.
Stop it. No, don't even ask me.
Okay.
Yeah, don't even ask me. Yeah,
well,
murder that.
Don't ask you. Well, ask you. You don't even know what I don't ask you.
I don't even care. Murder that.
It ain't that bad. But unconditional love. Was that example? No.
No. What's up? What's good?
Don't ask you. Who was the female that played in that part in Unconditional Love?
Oh, man, I don't remember her name. The lead one?
Yeah, you remember? Never mind. The girl, no.
The one that was singing?
That wouldn't start being in Destiny Child.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's Frank
Williams. Frank. All right.
What up?
We just finishing up with Realist. Frank, you the real you probably don't. You might remember Frank Williams. He was the guy that used to run the Source magazine.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yep. That's the Realist.
What's up, Frank?
Up with Real.
Oh, what's up? How you doing today, brother?
Man, how you doing, Ken folk?
Oh man, we out here living. Doing good.
That part.
Well, Realist, I won't save you because you're gonna be the one that I need when we're gonna do a whole interview with you by yourself. So I appreciate you just jumping in and jumping on for us at the last minute.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Much love, man. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Real.
Frank, it's all up. Yes, sir. Jeez.
Yes,
Thanks,
sir.
Real.
God bless.
All right, so I want to explain to y'all guys. Did you read and let everybody know who Frank Williams is?
Yeah, I let them know. I basically told them that he was an executive editor at The Source in its height during the 90s. He interviewed a lot of people, including Suge, while Suge was locked up. He also was a part of the A&E special, Who Killed Tupac. He's, and correct me if any of this stuff is wrong, P. Frank, but you're also working on a documentary movie about Young Jeezy at the moment, if that's accurate.
No, that was a few years ago that came out.
Okay. So the bio is.
Yes, I did produce that. Yeah.
Okay.
On MTV. Yeah.
Okay. So
Emmy nominated award winner, and Frank Williams. He's the guy that he produced. He was the producer on the Fox show, and he was one of the ones that y'all noticed on the A&E show with Mr. Ben Crump and Lolita and Stephanie Fredericks. He was one of the ones there. So, yeah, if any questions about the A&E show, y'all can hit us up and talk about that. So, Frank, just tell them what you're doing, what you've been working on. I know we explained a little bit about you. If you can
obviously, I know Reggie from back in the day when I was a reporter at the LA Times, and I used to write bios over there for Death Row, and wrote about Dre, at the Source and Snoop, and was one of the first West Coast journalists at the Source, really kind of doing it a little bit bigger. And now I produced Who Killed Tupac on A&E, and then obviously I produced Who Shot Biggie and Tupac on Fox with Ice-T and Soledad. And most recently, in terms of your fan base, I was in the Death Row Chronicles, which aired on BET. But, I was around back in the day, when Reg and Suge was wilding out, doing crazy stuff. And, I interviewed Suge in jail and Dre and Snoop and all kind of wild shit. So, and I used to be over at Monty's getting it in back in the day.
And he also the one who most of y'all know about was the one that was had a little incident or whatever, which I would call it with Eugene Deal. So if y'all got any questions, yeah, anything y'all want to ask, let's go ahead and hit it up, and I'll just talk about some things until y'all start lighting the board up. So Frank, how did that with the A&E? Anything that didn't come out that you guys wanted to come out on the show? That we didn't see, or how did that come up?
Well, I mean, it turned out, good. Obviously finding that the gun, which we kind of knew was around, and that, that was a big revelation from the situation, as well as just, I think people getting to talk about those stories about Tupac and those kind of things. I'm still wondering if the FBI was watching that night. I always kind of felt there was more to it than what a lot of people know. And so, that's something that hopefully in the future might pop up, that the FBI was watching the whole thing that night.
Oh, okay. What you think? Were you happy with how it turned out? Or what was your...
Well, it's always, you want to put a whole bunch of information in there, and you can't always get it all in there, you know what I mean? So it's a certain amount of time. But, I think in terms of the A&E thing, the one thing I did feel like we did was we gave like a really good, thorough investigation of what happened to Tupac and that kind of deal, you know what I mean? So that was really good. I feel proud about that part, I wish there was other people we could have talked to, but, it's problematic that Snoop didn't get in there. We wasn't able to get Dre and all of that kind of stuff. It was good.
Okay. We left this community. There's a guy by the name of Jesse Surratt, right? He runs a YouTube channel named J-Mix or something like that. He was the guy that came with the crazier. It was three guys that was crazy that we all can't stand that's on this board pretty much. And that was R.J. Bonds, Jesse Surratt, and Michael Carlin.
Okay.
Which I picked crazy Michael Carlin, which is the craziest one of the three. But I was just wondering, why didn't Jesse make the cut? Because he was...
I don't know if you got it. That was the editing question. You know what I mean? It's only so much time. But, that show's basically his goal was to kind of talk about every theory. My job is not to really pick a side. It's just to try to give the audience the best information as possible. You know what I'm saying? And so that was my job, to do that and let all of the theories play out. You know what I mean? Certain people didn't make it because they may not have, for time or whatever it is. So
yeah, and he probably was pretty much repeating the same thing that RJ and Mike.
Yeah, there's, as you guys know, there's so many different factions and opinions, and I've got first out all over the internet, and sometimes threatened a little bit because we mentioned that Tupac shot himself in New York at Quad. Yeah. So some of his fans don't want to believe that. They want to be on that, Asian Jack kind of whatever, or they don't want to talk about certain things.
Correct. Correct. Was there anybody other than Snoop and Dre that y'all really wanted to reach out that y'all didn't get a chance to talk to?
Obviously on the A&E thing, we didn't get a chance to talk to Suge, but we did eventually talk to him on the
Chronicles.
On the Death Row Chronicles. I didn't produce that.
And the Fox one.
And the Fox thing, I see everything. So we reached out to him in jail and got a chance to talk to him. I really think that I really liked the Death Row Chronicles. I think it was good to, whether you believe everything he said or not, I thought that was the most in-depth or most real that I've ever heard Suge be. And obviously that's your boy, and you know him way better than everybody else. But
I thought he did a good job. I thought y'all must have had a lot of content, or y'all must have told him how y'all wanted the story to go. Because the way y'all was able to edit it in within those 6 hours, I thought y'all did a great job of that. Or y'all
it felt like he was alive.
Conversation.
He was around, right? Like he really he was narrating almost.
Yeah.
Right. And I think Snoop popped up. Snoop didn't interview, but I think Snoop was represented in there as well as Dre. You know what I mean? In terms of letting him have an actual opinion.
No, me myself, I like the Tupac. The Chronicles. A lot of the people, and that's because of course they were a lot of fans of RJ's and them, and they went crazy, man, after it aired because they thought their theory was going to be portrayed in there a lot more. And so this community.
Well, I mean, you can't please everybody. My goal as a journalist since I met you back in the 90s and with Papa G is just to try to tell the best story I can, brother. You know what I mean? And make sure we try to preserve that, and keep it as honest as possible. I think we're never really going to know exactly what happened to Biggie. To me, that's still kind of crazy that, the whole Fuji thing versus the cops and, that was a tough one.
It's a tough one for you. Yeah. What's your theory about the Tupac? What's your belief on that?
Well, I mean, I think Orlando obviously shot him. You know what I mean? There's no way around it. I've been on this block and, some of his homies and they basically bragged about it. And, I think Suge know what happened, and, you had the guy telling you on TV that he was in the car. Mm-hmm. Whether you believe everything he says or not, I do believe that he was in the car. Is that true? Do you believe that?
Oh, I definitely believe that theory. I believe that wholeheartedly. That's why I caught a lot of flat, and even one of your, I know, like you said, you weren't controlling the editing part and all of that, but even in the part about when I just say, hey, I believe the murder rap theory, and people, of course, Ice-T said I'm dry snitching. I'm just like, why do y'all want me to confirm everything? Go read Murder Map. That's what I believe.
And I think that we pretty much said that in that documentary that it was Orlando who shot Tupac Shakur, and why sort of, I don't think that we never wasn't it you saying it was gonna make it more real. I think we already knew that anyway,
Yeah.
So I think everybody knew that. So, and, I'm just not sure about the Poochie situation. You mentioned that, and it's just harder to prove. And he's dead, so
Do you feel Puffy had any connection with the Tupac stuff, since that's part of the murder rap book?
That's a good question. I don't know if he might have wanted it to be gone. He might was having some problems, and it wasn't like, he said, hey, go kill somebody for me, but, some conversation about, dang, these dudes is on my ass, and, be nice to get rid of them. So I don't think he's stupid enough to be like, hey, here's some money, go kill somebody. That's just, he's too smart of a business person for me to do something like that. That's just my opinion. I'm not sure, obviously. So.
Okay. And I don't believe he's planning for it to happen that particular night or that way. But I believe, even if he was jokingly or whatever, or not 100% sure, put it out for it to happen, not knowing and thinking that they would actually follow through on it. But I definitely believe he didn't believe that he should have to pay for it or pay once it went down the way it did. Because it
wasn't as if they went to do it for him, right?
Exactly.
Something happened that sparked the situation. You might as well do it now, right? Mm-hmm. And Tupac wasn't, from what I know, and you know way better, Tupac wasn't on their radar at that particular time. So that night, there was other people involved. Is that true?
Well, I believe they was on the radar as far as that incident happening because of the Hit 'Em Up song. But I don't believe, like I said, I don't believe it was like, okay, we want it to happen the night of the fight, the Tyson fight on this date or whatever. It was just like, if it ever go down and it goes down, I got y'all back.
Right. So do you think that your boy Sugar Bear is going to ever get out of jail, my brother?
I think they got 3 things on him. And it's going to be hard to beat three different cases. Because of the 3-strike law in California, and he has 2 strikes.
Right, because of his other previous situations.
Correct. So I think that's going to hurt him. Most people don't know, because he'd be great to plead out. He'd plead out to any one of those other 2 cases if he didn't have the 3-strike law, because he have credit for 7 years right now. And you get day for a day, and he'd have been in jail now 3 years and 4 months. And so by the time it's all said and done, it's going to be over 3.5 years. And so he would have 7 years up under his belt. And, a little robbery, taking a camera, and the other case, I forget what that is, the threat to the producer, or whatever. Those were whole 7-year cases. Those are not 7-year cases. But because of the 3-strike law, it will be. if his attorney can work away something. You know, once he beat that case, if he beat the
Well, it seems like every 5 minutes he got a new damn attorney. You know, like 15 attorneys have quit or some crazy man.
it's going to be 17 because he's been appointed one, so that's 16, and then Jose Baez. You know, the one that defended Casey Anthony is going to be the new one. That's the one they.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know, from what I see, there's definitely some suspicion with the whole. You know, I only met Terry a couple of times. He seems like a really good guy, and from what I know, and you know way better, it doesn't seem like Suge necessarily wanted to do that.
Oh, he had no intentions on hurting Terry. Yeah. No intentions.
That was, you know, that was the
negligent homicide. You know, vehicular homicide. That's unfortunately is a strike. You know.
Right.
Yeah. And
well, man, you know,
and they might have overcharged him, though.
I mean,
they might have
karma's a motherfucker, right? He might have not got charged for a lot of things that he did, and he got supercharged on this one. So
exactly.
Let me ask you a question, though. And I never asked you this, and you know, obviously I'm careful about what I say, but why do you think that Suge wanted to be a gangster so bad? I mean, if you get that chance to get out of the hood,
because of the 90s, huh? You got to remember, this was all in the late 80s and 90s. They didn't have terrorist threats laws and stuff like that, and so that's what got him over. And that's all he knew. That's how he got over with the Bobby Brown situation, with the DLC situation, with the chocolate situation, with the Doc situation. All of those things he was hitting home runs with to get money. That's how he thought with Jimmy Iovine. That's how he thought he was able to get stuff. With Brian Turner, he was able to get them to move. And then, so from 96 until 2002, they changed. They started getting laws on the books about threatening people. And the terrorist threat laws came in. And,
I see, okay.
And then when he came home, he started doing that, and people wasn't scared anymore. People was like, shit, I got you put in jail. They learned about the two-strike law. You know, that he had 2 strikes, and the 3rd strike where he would be gone. And so those tactics didn't work anymore.
Right. But it's
and
still,
he didn't have the power. He didn't have the money power that he had.
But I'm saying also just why, you know, if that's not your nature in terms of you real being just a real gang banger who's used to doing that, you know, you get a chance to do this thing. Well, what's the reason? You know what I mean? I just never understood.
That's all he knew. He didn't have the Dre anymore. That was really the musical talent. And DJ Quick once Dre left. He didn't have those people anymore. You know, on the musical side. He didn't have the David Kenner to go in there and sit and talk to Jimmy Iovine and make that deal happen the way, you know, the way he wanted it to happen. And so I think that's
I pray for him. I pray for everybody. I'm glad to be alive. You know, I'm happy for Snoop, happy for Dre. You know, you see what their lives ended up, you know, regardless how you feel for them, at least they have ended up in somewhere positive, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. So with the Eugene Dillon situation, how did that go down and how did it end up? It seemed to end up pretty good.
Well, you know, I think that obviously the editing, you know, made it sound like not that he supported Puffy, but it's, you know, I think he was upset because it felt like he was saying Puffy didn't do anything, which is not what he was meaning to say, you know. So sometimes he's right. The editing can switch things around. He obviously confronted me in New York at an event that I was at there and had every right to say what he did. You know what I mean? And he got his off, you know, and was able to say it.
Got you.
So,
John, you see any good questions that you want to ask? Go ahead.
Huh?
I'm sorry. No, I was asking John. Did he say anything on the board he wanted to ask?
Yeah. I mean, I wish him love. And, you know, it's so funny to see Michelle Lay talk about all this stuff. I remember when you and me, we went to Mule Creek, and we was up there, and this got to be 2001, Reggie, or something like that. And Michelle Lay, and Michelle Lay was in the day room. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the fuck is going on? What is Michelle Lay doing up here? It was just funny.
Yeah, Michelle Lay, he had been loving on Michelle Lay since about 95. They just kept it quiet. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, among his other 5 or 6, and whoever else he met, but I can't say he did love Michelle Lay. I won't take that away from her. A lot of the other stuff she said, I kind of disagree with. But
yeah, I don't know the whole truth, but that just is alarming to me that you know, she was with him and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I've got one, Frank.
Well, good, man. Thanks. Great to talk to you guys. Appreciate you. If you got any questions for your people, whatever, definitely keep me in mind, man. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you too, Frank. Appreciate you.
Yeah, and keep your head up. And I know you got your situation going down. And
Yeah.
I know you're going to have to handle that in a minute. Ain't that right?
Yeah. Yes, I'm dealing with that. You got any stories you can tell us about the source right quick?
Well, the source, obviously, I worked there for 7 years, and wrote about Easy and Pac and Dre and Snoop and all of that. And it's coming up on the 30th anniversary of the source being founded. So hopefully there's some stuff in the mix to celebrate that. And that was a wild time. I don't think you'll ever get that time back when that magazine mattered so much, and we did so many things. You know what I mean? Together back then, and it was the record, a place of record.
Yeah. Who owns the Source magazine currently?
Londale McMillan.
Okay. I don't know who he is.
He's was Prince's lawyer.
Oh, okay. Oh, you Prince's attorney? Okay.
Frank,
yeah, man. Hopefully we'll see. What'd you say?
I was going to say, Frank, if you don't mind me asking, a bunch of people in our live stream get to submit questions, and they want to know if Puffy was ever considered to be interviewed for any of these documentaries, since his name does come up quite a bit in the theories. If you guys reached out to him.
Say it again. Who?
If Puffy was going to try to be interviewed for any of these.
Of course, yeah. We've reached out to him, and it's always been no. Have you ever seen him talk about it? I mean, I've seen him address it once on like Breakfast Club or like a couple little videos, But yes, and of course we reached out to him, but his answer was obviously always no.
Okay.
There was no. He just said no.
Okay.
And he's denied it, 200%. He's never, and I think, I don't know if you saw the Unsolved on USA. Unsolved, it's kind of, some of it is kind of corny, but I do think that the friendship part between Big and Pac is real. And, I think that, that they had a real friendship, and that just went sour. Mm-hmm. And Puff was a friend of Pac as well. I mean, Reggie can probably touch, I don't know if Reggie can say that.
Yeah, we done talked on it, and we done touched on it, but yeah. Him and Suge was even cool until he announced, well, it was a little bit before then, with the Club 662 situation where he went at the door when we wanted Biggie to come and perform at the Club 662, but he didn't really, once he got Pac out or was getting Pac under contract before Pac got released, we had just came from the prison, and I know you remember we had a picture of Pac in the cell when they did that song on, when they performed at the show at the Source Awards, but that was his way of announcing to the industry that he was riding with Pac now, and so that's when it all started going downhill with Suge and Puffy. That's why he made that comments that he made about Puffy at the Source Awards.
I was told that the night of the Source Awards, was it the night of the Source Awards that you guys was at the tunnel? Was you with him?
We went to the tunnel. Yeah, we went to the tunnel afterwards.
There was a confrontation between.
It was a conversation. I wouldn't call it a confrontation because there was no blows were thrown. But we walked in there because I'm sure you remember how deep we were, and so we went to the club and we were about 50 to 60 deep, and we walked in there and Puff and his entourage came over and was like, "What's up?" But it was never nothing where anybody felt threatened or anything like that. I mean, they were talking, and I'm sure they were, but it wasn't, where this was about to be thrown or anything like that. Yeah. So how Dave Mays doing now? What are you doing currently?
Oh, David's calling me. David's doing good. He's back over in the East Coast in D.C. He's doing podcasting, and I think he's trying to get back into the entertainment world, but he was in the bed with Benzino, I think, for a while, and they finally broke up, and so I think he's back kind of doing his own thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, once again, Frank, I appreciate you reaching out and doing this, spending the time with us. And
no problem. Yeah.
I always have a lot of respect for you. You kill that. You kill like T. Now that dry stuff is killing you. You kill like T next time you talk to him. That dry snitching comment is killing me out here.
That's how he did.
But it's all good.
It's all good. I think ice is going to be ice. So, but yeah, man, I appreciate you having me on, man. If you got any other questions any other day or something like that, definitely holler. You know, I'm happy that we alive and survived that era, and I pray that you get to your situation and come out a better person for your family. You know what I mean? And all of that.
Yeah. Appreciate it. You got anything major else new y'all working on with the Death Row thing?
I gotta, you know, I think I'm pretty much cool. I'm Tupac and Death Row out, to be honest with you. In the last 20-some years of my life dealing with that, you know, hopefully we'll see a Easy E project, which is in the mix. I got another project about children of the Black Panther Party, and I think a Roger Troutman movie may be coming out next year too. So we'll see.
Okay.
You have to write for Roger Troutman.
You're going to interview me about the time in the Bahamas with Roger Troutman. That's what the laugh for when him and his brother was out there.
Is that the time? You know, because I know I was told by a few people that Suge and Roger's brother had some confrontation.
Now, well, they were arguing because, you know, but he was mainly arguing with Roger because Roger was coming like, you know how artists are. I want this much money because, you know, he had tax problems then. And so he was trying to get all his money. We was paying him cash. And his brother was like, man, let me handle this. Let me deal with this. And he started slapping. We all kind of went walking down the street. There's me, Suge, Roger, and his brother. And he treated him like a woman.
Who treated who? Like a Larry treated?
Yeah.
Roger?
Roger. He was slapping him, just slapping him and everything. Like, be quiet, shut up. Let me deal with this. They had a real strange relationship. Yeah. But him and Suge Larry and Suge was cool, you know. You know, he was just trying to hear his brother, but it was mainly Roger that was going, I want this, you know, I want this. Because, you know, we were so big, California Love had already hit and done and did well. And so Suge was trying to bring him out there to work with some other stuff. But that didn't work after that incident happened.
Right.
Neither one of them no more. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's big. So you saying you saw him slap Roger?
The brother, Larry. Should never laid a hand on him.
Right.
And the brother and should never got into it. So they would probably thought that to people that was inside the studio looking, but it was mainly the brother and Roger that was going at it. He was trying to keep Roger under control.
Oh, okay.
What's the P? Some of the people asking what the P and P Frank stands for.
What the P and P Frank stands for? That's a good question. P is Positive Frank. It sounds weird, but the P stands for Positive Frank. It's a nickname that I got from junior high school. Because I would be around one of my classmates, and she, you know, always have an attitude every day. And I'd be like, you know, why don't you be more positive, or, you know, just keep your attitude up. And at some point, she was like, hey, here comes Mr. Positive. A lot of times I was in college, in high school, you know, I just dropped the positive and just made it P. So it's actually a positive thing. It's not no street shit or no, you know, country ass name or nothing like that.
Okay.
Frank, did you ever have
that? Meet Pac?
Go ahead, Reggie.
Did you ever meet Pac Frank?
You said what?
Did you ever meet Pac? You ever do any interviews on Pac?
I met him a few times, and I had a brief interview with him backstage at the Source Awards, and I've seen him at a couple parties in LA and stuff like that, but I never had a real deep interview, no.
Oh.
But obviously I wrote his Source cover from the hospital that day. You know, I was there in the hospital the day after and, you know, was around and, you know, met his mom and interviewed his mom and his family and all of that stuff. So.
How was it working with Ben Crump? I heard of an incident with you and Stephanie, so we won't get into that, but how was it working with Ben Crump?
Oh, Ben's an excellent, great guy. You know, I think he really had a genuine interest to try to do something to really give Pac his social justice, you know what I mean? And, you know, he's a real lawyer, and I think he's down for the community in a real way. So I think that he had an earnest point of view, you know. In terms of homegirl, you know, I don't F with her, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
She's she who she is, and I'm not going to even give her the time of day.
I don't want to, because I still have a little respect for her, so I don't want to get in the middle of that. But
yeah, I'm not with that. So.
Yeah. Well, cool. If you get a chance, give Ben my number. Tell him I need to holler at him when you get a chance. If you still talk with him, or if you talk to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I sure do. All right, you guys.
Okay.
Any more questions? You guys straight?
John?
I mean, there are, but it's all stuff. It's Puffy related and Tupac related, which I don't know if you want to get into that.
No, I'm not trying to deal with do that to Frank. Frank's a good dude.
Yeah,
Did you write
I'm all
Did you
right.
write the source on the review for Doggy Style or All Eyes on Me? Did you write any of those reviews?
I wrote the Dr. Dre Chronic 2001 review back in the day, which got 4.5 mics when everybody felt like it should have got 5. Obviously I wrote the Tupac death, the Biggie death, and when Dr. Dre left Death Row, I did that first interview with Dre, which was a long time ago. Now I can't remember that. It's unbelievable. So yeah, man, it's a hell of a journey.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we won't keep you on too long. And like I said, appreciate it. Thanks, Frank.
Yeah.
Yep. Stay up, y'all. Be blessed.
Okay, buddy.
All
All
right.
right.
Well, that was informative. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You said informative, but you sound like you didn't like it. You didn't have no questions to ask.
Well, I mean, you could tell he didn't want to talk on the stuff that our members would want him to speak on, Which I don't blame him. I'm not saying he's wrong for doing that.
Yeah. I think you got some opinion about.
Yeah, and that's
about
fine. Everybody has the right to have their opinion. Just because it doesn't agree with what our audience thinks doesn't mean he's a bad person.
What was it that you didn't agree with?
No, it's not that I don't agree with it. It seemed like he just didn't want to get into the Puffy having anything to do with it or any of that nature. So a lot of the board lit up about he's on Diddy's payroll. Ask him, if he tried to contact Puffy and why were they trying to protect Puffy? Which I'm not saying he did, but he just kind of seemed like he said himself, he's kind of death row and Tupac'd out. So,
Yeah.
I just didn't want to press him on it. You know what I mean? I don't. If somebody doesn't want to speak on something, I don't want to try to force somebody to talk about something. I know they'll get mad at us on the board, but it's easier to listen in than to do these sometimes, because sometimes people just don't. They're over some of that stuff. It was a long time ago. Some people try to move past it, but yeah. But why come on the platform? He came on to talk to Reggie, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. Well, we wasn't getting a whole bunch of questions today with them, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of them were Diddy related though, so I didn't want to keep beating it. I didn't want to keep saying the same thing over and over to him. I asked, and he spoke on it. That was cool.
Yeah.
It's always good to hear different people's perspectives and thoughts on things.
I didn't see nothing that was different. I didn't.
Well, he kind of pressed you a little bit about, and I think you misunderstood what he was saying, but what he was telling you was why, when Suge was so successful in Death Row, meaning like in 92, 93, why did he get so involved with the gang stuff when he could have just ran his company? And I know you answered it, but I think what he was saying was why even go there, So, I don't know. Brian Kenneth, you talk all that shit and then you're gonna ask a serious question and expect us to answer it? That's not good. Let's see. Do we want to get anyone else, or do you want to take some questions, Reggie?
Yeah.
Okay.
If anything that's worth answering. Seems to be a lot of hater questions up there today.
Let's see. Oh, people coming in late. Okay, here's one from DeMarcus Ward. Reggie, other than Death Row artists, who was the most famous artist you saw record at Can-Am?
IQ recorded a couple of times there. That was just because he needed a studio, and he called, and we got him in. Eminem, after we left, he recorded a Can-Am. The Jacksons, not the, what was it? It was the three of them or something like that. But Randy Jackson and somebody else, or that son with the group. What was the group? The nephews and stuff like that. They used to record there. But with Death Row artists, you had E40, you had Mary J, Casey and JoJo, Eight. All of them recorded, with Death Row artists. Aaron Hall. You had a bunch of, side artists that recorded up there. But we had it on lockdown doing from like 90, sometime in 95 all the way to, when did we get out of there? Sometime in 96. Well, probably 94 there. So from about 94 to 96, we had it 24 hours. It was the show's recording studio. He kind of controlled who went in there and went out. But after that, some people went in there just for recording after we left. Yeah.
Shaq Crew says, Dad said you used to make every out-of-town artist record songs at Can-Am. Is there any truth to that?
I used to make them record there.
I don't know. He said you, but I'm going to assume Death Row.
No, everybody. It mainly was and Larrabee's and the Village. Tracks was real big. Enterprise, that's where Ja Rule and them were when we went and met with them. Beyonce was there at Enterprise. There was a lot of recording studios around back then. So no, not much. Well, it's like 30, you say Frank said almost nothing. I thought it was informative. I just didn't think he was asking questions. And I usually answer the question, and I wasn't prepared to really ask him any questions. I thought y'all would get some stuff on the board, but I didn't really hit us up. Yeah, non-business 662 on the you look on your phone. That spells out MOB, M-O-B, 662 on your dial on the phone when you dial numbers on the phone.
They said I didn't ask the real questions. I asked him about Puffy. I don't know what else you wanted me to. I can't ask the same question 5 different ways if he's gonna answer. I'm not gonna hammer somebody about some shit.
So something on there you could have got out of there. And I was trying to listen to him, and I wasn't really reading the board. So you killed me on that one, yeah.
Man, scroll up and tell me you find me a good question.
I know.
I'm telling you, you're not gonna find it. Yeah,
I'm messing with you. I didn't. I said they didn't really hit us up with no questions, but it could have been because they wasn't sure who he was. Mm-hmm. Then you got to remember, RJ and DMX were so hard on him, so they turned him against Frank and that whole A&E show. Mm. So once I said he had something to do with the A&E show, I think that turned off most people on the board.
Oh yeah. Well, their whole thing is why it's all Puffy related, which is legitimate, but I can't. I can ask, but I can't ask a bunch. Let's see. I saw Ken McClain said something. Let's see what he said. He said, "Oh no."
I thought I asked you a while ago to get rid of that punk ass John ALKH.
Okay, let me see. Can I find him? Oh yeah.
We're blocking him. I'm so tired of him.
All right,
he's gonna make me get in trouble.
People are mad. They wanted Danny Boy, but we can't. Huh? They wanted Danny Boy tonight.
They mad because they wanted Danny Boy.
Yeah. Suge showed up.
I'm trying to call him up here. still going straight to voicemail. So.
Yeah.
Well, I got lined up for Wednesday. We got a Real Talk QD3. So he's supposed to tell me out for sure tomorrow. He'll be able to do it on Wednesday night. And I talked to Jay Flex. Jay Flex is definitely down for Wednesday. So we got Wednesday QD3 hopefully, and Jay Flex for sure. Got them lined up for Wednesday.
Those will be good.
Yeah.
People are asking if you know Harry O, and if you ever got to meet Harry O. I don't know how you would have, because he's probably in jail, but
Well, he was in jail.
yeah.
Haven't met him. Don't hope to meet him. But it's a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's in Long Pop, which is out near Santa Barbara.
They said, can you get Greg Kading on the phone? Greg's probably,
I don't
probably
like
busy. Yeah, it's
calling people
yeah.
that I have respect for in relationships, but I don't do that.
Yeah.
But if we ever do a show on a Tuesday night after the showing, or we don't have anybody on a Wednesday night after the show air, I'm sure he'll be glad to come on and do something. They don't like to do anything on Tuesday because they have like a rap party after each show. So we can always get him on, but it'll probably have to be on a Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody asked about Sharita's son is bathing in the sun out in Cancun, Mexico. So I told her I wasn't going to mess with her, even though she told me we can call her. But I don't want to call her brother while she's on vacation.
Yeah.
Getting the sun tanned.
Nick B said, hey Reggie, do you remember Tupac's earrings and rings were in a box with the medallion that you delivered to Afeni, or was it just the medallion?
I drove back with all his jewelry that was taken off of him that he wore that night.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what the issue was or why I only delivered the medallion. I don't know what was with the other jewelry, or if she had already gotten it or what.
Mm-hmm.
But I only remember delivering the medallion to her.
Okay. Had she asked for it, or you were just waiting to link up with her to get it to her?
No, it was planned. It was,
okay.
I'm sure it was done between the attorneys and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Kadada said she was given the bloody clothes and jewelry. Okay.
She wasn't there, so Kadada said she was giving it to her?
Yeah.
She was given?
Yeah.
They wouldn't have gave it to her. They only give that to relatives.
Yeah.
Official relatives.
Yeah.
And the mama was there. Unless she got it that night.
Mm-hmm.
That same night, but I doubt that.
Yeah. Who did the euthanasia chain? Was that the same guys you went to, the BL people?
Huh?
Who did Pac's euthanasia chain? Was it the same people that you guys got all your stuff from?
No.
Okay.
BL Diamonds. We got all that stuff from.
Yeah.
But no, it wasn't from BL Diamonds.
Okay. He went to somebody else?
He went somewhere on his own. He went somewhere on Rodale, Hollywood. I mean, in Beverly Hills.
Okay.
And you got to remember, Pac was, he wasn't new to L.A.
Oh, no.
So he had his contacts or his people that he dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody in Beverly Hills he was dealing with. Matter of fact, I think they ended up suing him for because he had ordered a whole bunch of jewelry,
mm-hmm.
and he hadn't picked it up.
Oh, okay.
So I remember the state having to pay out like $100,000, $97,000 on a claim. So I'm sure they got that jewelry as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roderick.
Smoke is down. You're trying to be funny about Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain wasn't jumping on the mob. People there couldn't even jump him in. That's just a sucker punch. And then Suge being quick on his feet, save face. told him that. But trust me, that's what guys from the mob or even bunny hunters hear those stories and think that somebody sanctioned them to be that would be very upset. About DJ Quick. We can't get him. If we can get him, we done said it on every interview. Y'all ask about DJ Quick, Big C style. And all that. We know who y'all want to get. If we can get him, we're going to try to get him. So that's what's up with that. That's why we haven't said anything about Quick Ken on the last stream. I did tell that I think I know somebody that knows him that can get him. That guy, Mr. Blake, always saying that he's his cousin. Yeah, he should have his number if he was really his cousin, right? So I spoke to Don. Me and Nick Bone, I don't think relationship is that strong. I took him to jail before, so no, I don't think I'll be able to get Nick Bone. Besides Pac, who had the most material on the vault? The realest. You can answer that question, John.
Yeah.
Well, Pac, I don't know when you keep saying you saw Pac material, but I think you only saw it on DATs, because I know you ain't seen them on those big 24-inch reels. But I knew I did it, and I was playing fair then.
Mm.
But who else? Who did you see with a lot of?
Joel had a lot. Danny Boy had a lot.
Danny Boy. Oh,
yeah, Danny Boy had a lot.
Danny Boy worked every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else had a lot? Snoop had a good amount. I mean, not how you call Tupac stuff studio scraps. There was a lot of studio scraps of Snoop.
Yeah. Plus, on the Dead Man Walking, I put pretty much everything that I want.
Yeah, more or less.
That we had on Dead Man Walking.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who else had a lot of stuff on there. It was a good amount of corrupt stuff. But,
Free 'em all TV. You say, what would I do different if you can go back? Save my money. Save my money. Yep. Pay for a lot of nonsense. Robert Torres, Nate Dogg didn't have a lot because he mainly guest appeared and was singing on people's hooks.
Yeah.
So those would be considered other people's songs. And his album that he worked on and he did, which was a double CD, I pretty much sold to Breakaway Entertainment. And for override and $500,000 is what we sold him to. Breakaway. Nathan Mystery. Nathan Mystery was not the owner, but he was the president of Breakaway. And that's who I eventually went and had a deal with at American Music. When I did the album with the Relatives.
What was
all of them.
Oh, okay. What was Suge's relationship with Jay Prince like? Any insight on that?
Jay Prince, it was cool. It was cool. It got a little sour after I left, but we went to we went to some All-Star, I remember an All-Star event, basketball game. Yeah, we had Snoop playing the game. It was really some football player named Hampton, something Hampton, but Jay Prince was there. And we sat and they talked for a while. Suge and Prince, they both were fighting Harry-O. And so that's why, because Harry-O also tried to say he had ownership in Jay Prince's label. What was the name of his label?
Rap-A-Lot.
What was the name of that?
Rap-A-Lot.
Who?
Rap-A-Lot Records?
Yeah, Rap-A-Lot.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm nearly getting back. Yeah, so he tried to claim to have ownership in Rap-A-Lot. But Suge and Jay Prince didn't really fall out until they tried to do that Two-Face album. And Suge, then tell Jay that he didn't have the rights to do stuff without the estate.
Did they even start doing it, or was it just a concept, that album?
It was a concept.
Okay.
And them promising each other stuff. But they advanced Suge like, it was advanced like $350,000 or something like that.
And,
Okay.
and once, Suge can deliver what he was supposed to do for that 350,000
Yeah.
is when Virgin had to end up suing Suge.
Mm-hmm.
And, along with Rap a Lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw, just not to cut you off, but DeMarcus says there's 45 more Death Row Tupac songs. That's not true. There's not 45. I don't know where you got that
Yeah, I
number
don't
from.
know. I don't know. I don't think it's that many songs, actual songs.
Yeah.
But they could, yeah, I don't think it's that many.
Yeah.
Like I said, it could be songs, but they had those verses, I bet, they used somewhere here or there. But those verses been used. Ray Guns, yeah, we met Scarface a lot, and then we used to talk to Scarface a lot. And then I remember when he was running Death Row, not Death Row, Def Jam South. We went and met with him a couple of times when he was running Death Row, Def Jam South.
Reggie, did you ever have any
What up,
run-ins
D-Block?
with...
How you doing, bro?
Oh, sorry about that.
Huh?
Trey Al says, Reggie, did you ever have any run-ins with Master P and the No Limit crew? I'm assuming this is around Chronic 2000 time. Other than the Snoop thing.
Yeah, that's the only time. Other than the time that we went to the club, and I think they wanted us to stay a little longer than what we did that time. And then I talked to him a few times over the phone. They had used a song with Snoop prior to him being signed to us.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to Snoop being signed to them, he was
Yeah.
on one of their albums, and I had a match on him, and that's when he was trying to be funny. He said, "What you need? What you want?" I said, "We want $100,000." And he sent it out of his general account.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't understand what that. That's like the petty cash fund. I had it sent over right away, and he put it and then made sure it's a general account. That's like trying to show he had a whole bunch of money in his petty cash account. So
Mm-hmm.
I always laugh at that. And then after we slapped Snoop, not we, after somebody slapped Snoop, he called with Snoop on the phone saying, "Man, what's going on? What's up?" So we talked there. So there's some little stuff like that. And he was always cool. I saw him, and Suge and I did, when I was hanging back around with Suge in like 2006, 2007. He was meeting with Julian Bond,
Huh.
who was a big U.S. congressman from Atlanta. He was having some type of meeting with him at the Four Seasons. And so we went over and talked to him. And then I had some dealings with him. I was doing some little agent, like being an agent. I wasn't being an agent, but I was helping people that were agents get some people. And I had this kid named DeMar DeRozan. Well, he had actually DeMar DeRozan. And we were trying to get DeMar DeRozan. And me and him had to work out some things because I was the one to help him pass the SATs to get into USC. So we had to work out some stuff with that. So just little stuff like that.
Okay.
That we had a relationship, dealing with.
All right.
Cornell Brown used to tell a cool Ma Paru story at your time at Death Row. They were always cool. A lot of good times with them. Like I always say, y'all look at gang members as bad people. Those niggas are just like you and me. Just trying to get a check, make your family happy, make some money, and take care of their kids, man. So we always had good times and stuff like that. When stuff go another way, they jump on stuff and see stuff a little quicker than a normal person. But other than that, they were all good people. Yeah. So I can go on stories for
always good times with them. He was always traveling and doing stuff. So it's a lot of stories. Good story. So I think Snoop should have been on California Love. Snoop too cool for a song like that, don't y'all think? His songs was always laid back and stuff like that. It was hard for Dre. It was hard to get Dre to let Pac on that. So Dre didn't want to give that song up. He knew that was a hit. Big Model Productions. Yeah, he knew that was a hit. I don't think Snoop mannerism would have been able to handle California Love. Could you see him in some Mad Max costumes and stuff? His perm would have been all tore up. Yeah. Cornell Brown, no, Heron was not a rapper. I never heard him trying to rap. Trayvon was the only one, him and White Deuce, that was from the mob that I knew that kind of wanted to be a rapper. Golden Child does, she has own Left Eye Masters. The ones that was done by us are done there, but you still have to have clearance, which will probably be a lot harder now to get clearance from the label than it would have been if she was still alive, because she wasn't released from her deal with whoever distributed, I guess. It wasn't LaFace, because I think they was out of that LaFace deal. But was it BMG? It'd probably be a little hard, but I'm sure if there's money to be made, they would do it. But we didn't have that many songs on Left Eye. 5, 6, 7. So, no.
Here's a good one that you might be able to answer, Reggie. That's business related. It says, on a song like California Love, what kind of money does a single like that make in royalties? Because Daz is always posting photos of his checks that he gets from All Eyes on Me, and they're always pretty big amounts. Do you think they're still substantial and today?
The checks?
Yeah, like his royalty from publishing and all that.
Daz did about, what, 4 songs, 5 songs on there?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Tupac sells at least 150,000 a year, you know, in ringtones or downloads. But, you know, nobody, because everybody went and rebought the songs and stuff on downloads and put them on their iPhones and stuff like that. So who listen to a CD anymore? Well, I don't know. It used to be a formula. I think a million records for a producer was like $80,000. It used to be a formula. I used to know. But, you know, well, that's just on one song. But what people forget, you only get paid on 12 songs. So how did they decide the 12 songs that you get paid on, and then a double CD, 24 songs? So was it more than 24 songs on All Eyes on Me?
No, I think it was 13 and then 12.
So that was 25, so only one song didn't get paid. And that probably was that Prince one. Or, I don't know which one it was. It wasn't. But I think it was for a producer. The formula was like $80,000 for every million sold. $80,000. So he did that times 10. That's all he really made off of. If we say they sold 2 million copies. Well, but he did about 4 songs, so he would have get that 80,000 times however many songs he was on.
Yeah, he did. Let's see, he did Visions as a Writer,
Yeah.
I Ain't Mad at Ya, Got My Mind Made Up, Scandalous. What else am I missing? Was it just those 4? I can't remember.
Yeah,
without looking
he
at
did
it.
okay.
Yeah, he did. He must have done good.
Yeah, he did okay. If the state can do buyouts, most times on stuff like that, they try to buy you out.
Yeah.
And you usually sign it because you don't want to.
Oh yeah, America's Most.
You don't want no fight.
Yeah.
But you probably get nice checks from here on, from the time they bought him out,
Yeah.
get him caught up, to now. You know, they probably got a rate to make the checks still keep coming in.
Mm-hmm.
No, Suge never had a relationship with Mary J, to my knowledge. Danny Boy claims to. I don't believe it. And I said it while he was on the phone. But I don't believe it. But I know for sure that Pac did. Reg, did you give Pac a bulletproof vest he had on at 662 when he had on the tan vest? Only time I ever remember seeing Pac in a bulletproof vest was whenever he had the fatigue stuff on. I know he didn't have one on that night in Vegas. Cops probably didn't want to wear a vest that night. I'm sure it was in the 90s or the 100s at nighttime on that particular night. It's too hot. That's why he was in a tank top that night. Matter of fact, I wanted to tell you about tank tops. You know that tank top that y'all claiming or somebody claiming to be a bulletproof vest? Go look at the How Do You Want a Video shoot or the video. And he had that tank top on in there. So now, I think he would be wearing a bulletproof jersey at a video shoot, dancing with Heather Hunt, grinding on Heather Hunter, or whatever chick he had at the time. I saw that and I was like, man, that was the tank top he had on at the night when he got shot. All right, y'all go check that out, and y'all now to kill that theory. Gunsmoke the Dawn, I like Dad's album, the dog, the Revenge and Get Back, but he was caught up in an era of the community hating Death Row. And that was mainly, like I'm saying, the magazines, the editors, the radio disc jockeys, people like that was hating Death Row then. Suge wasn't out to go in and smash and make people play their stuff or make Priority distribute it right. And Master P was over there controlling stuff. He was controlling stuff at Priority. And they used to do stuff behind our backs. I used to have to go in there and sneak in their office and go take people to holler at their radio staff and stuff. So it was a bad time. Yeah. So that's probably why that album didn't do as well as it could have. Reggie, have you ever met Tommy D? Did he work at Death Row? From 95 to 2002. Yeah, I know Tommy D. A geeky white boy. Good dude. But probably didn't say no words. Just smoke his weed and sit over there and keep to himself. Good dude. Big Pimpin'. There was a Big Pimpin' and a Little Pimpin'. Big Pimpin' is the guy that did all the interludes, mainly on Drake albums and stuff like that. He was a homeless guy that they found on the streets pretty much. They had a lot of game and talked real well. But, money stopped coming in and work stopped happening. I don't know what happened to him. But he was a good dude. Big Pimpin' was a good dude. But he was the guy that did most of the interludes. W Balls. You remember that? That was Big Pimpin'. That's what they're talking about. Oh, yep, at Venice Beach. Yep, you're right. That cruise. Yep. Get corrupt on John. Yeah, John, get corrupt on.
If I had a number, I would try it.
And they say, or Mob James.
We already had Mob James.
Wait, go get up next week over. We got a nice interview with Mob James. I think about a 3-hour interview with Mob James.
Mm-hmm.
It's only about 2 months old. That.
Gunsmoke said.
You want to hear Mob James?
Yeah.
Huh?
Gunsmoke said, "How come nobody wants to know what happened to Damu, your favorite dog?"
What happened with who?
Your favorite dog, Damu.
Oh. They said they saw Damu in 2 places.
I know.
You know those Michael Carlin. I don't know. I'm realizing the people that do that Michael Carlin fans that asked about Damu. But I saw him when they was. You sent me that crazy shit, a video with Michael Carlin did where they were in the front yard at the Compton house.
Yeah.
And they had a crackhead getting bit with a sleeve on. And that's why they keep asking. I was like, why do they keep asking about Damu from that little time he was sitting in the car with Suge? But I guess it was when they were biting.
Oh, yeah. And he was at the California Love video shoot, so Tupac mentioned him, so everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Damu was in doggy heaven, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said they demand Funkmaster Flex to be on the show.
That's an East Coast thing. Y'all gotta talk to y'all East Coast people for him. Y'all gotta talk to y'all East Coast people for that. Cornell Brown wanna know who is Lip Dog. Well, you wanna know who Lip is, but you talking about Lip Dog.
DeMarcus St. Ides is a commercial. It's not a song. This guy's he's gonna try to name out 45 songs right now, and he's naming out commercials and Mike Tyson songs and Throw Your Hands Up songs that weren't even Death Row related. But sorry.
Well, they did a song for St. Ides though.
Yeah. They did that
shot
commercial
inside
one.
of Club 662, the video inside of Club 662.
Yeah.
With DJ Pooh.
This guy's saying it should be a song to come out.
That green convertible Jag that y'all see Tupac in.
Mm-hmm.
St. Ides bought him that for doing a drop or doing something for him for advertising St. Ides. The St. Ides mark.
Oh, the Jaguar, right?
Yeah, they bought him the Jag and they bought Suge the Jag.
Mm.
Suge had like a champagne colored one and Pac had a green one.
Let's see.
Hey, Theory, I'm not out there like that anymore, so I can't say what the Takeesh 6ix9ine got to do, but he's gonna start getting recognized. I know they wasn't hanging out there like they kind of claim. They had to been hiding somewhere. But I know they wasn't walking around All-Star Weekend. And the only thing happened to them when they got beat up at the airport. Did y'all see how 6 of them got beat up by 2 guys? That was crazy. Y'all go check out that footage at the airport. I mean, you 6 against 2, you're supposed to stump them to death. Those 2. But I heard there was bloods on blood, so maybe that's why, because those were 2 LA bloods that knew how to defend themselves. But like I always say, bloods always used to being outnumbered. So, but damn, that was funny. Nobody got hurt. I mean, 6'2". Yeah. Somebody was supposed to be getting the stomp on. At clubs, Sandeep, Mahan, you said they were getting invited to a lot of NFL parties and stuff, but not really. They didn't really want to be bothered with us. There was always trouble when we showed up. So yeah. You say the mob still active. That is the most craziest thing there is. But yeah, they still around. They still out there. No, Aaliyah has never been around us. Aaliyah was too young. You remember Aaliyah was touched up with R. Kelly then. That's when R. Kelly was messing around with Aaliyah, and she was young then, you know. That was when R. Kelly was showing us how this perverted stuff. Suge always had a lot of respect for Devontae Swing, so I can't see him ever putting hands on Devontae. Yeah, I love Cody. Yeah, R. Kelly got some issues, and that's my favorite R&B singer. Him and Chris Brown, but he got some issues. But I love to go to R. Kelly shows. Every time he come to LA, I go watch R. Kelly. But I wouldn't bring my young daughters with me. Well, John, I guess we're at that 2-hour mark.
Yeah.
You seem to have something on your mind tonight.
I don't know. I guess we're planning on the Danny Boy thing, so I was getting all that ready. But stuff happens and things come up. So
You he's a toddler at home. Yeah, you better leave those youngsters at home. It's R. Kelly.
let's see.
Did you see my text I sent you, John?
Let me see. No, not anything that I didn't respond to. Sandeep, it wouldn't matter if anybody erased original DATs because the stuff's still on masters. So no, I don't think that's true. Shaq Crew said Danny isn't coming back. He got offended. He might have. You never know. You never know.
No, we had a good conversation today, so he wasn't offended by anything.
Okay.
Prior to 1 or 2 o'clock today, now he might have heard something later.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? But that conversation earlier was great. We talked for about 20 minutes. It was cool.
Okay.
That was amazing. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Okay, Puffy was on Drink Champ.
Boss man, boss. Where do you think you done asked us 20 times? When is the last time you seen Tupac Shakur? When was the last time I saw Tupac Shakur? And is this show pre-recorded because I done asked 20 times? Boss man, boss. Yes, the show is pre-recorded, man. So you can't ask that question. But I haven't seen him in a while. I haven't seen him since sometime in 1996. Well, actually, September. I didn't even see him the day of, I didn't even see him on September the 7th. I didn't, so let's see. Probably about September the 3rd, September the 4th, something like that was the last time I saw Tupac. Big time, no, I don't know who got the Hummer. I don't know. Probably is Sandeep, but that sounds more like somebody that thinks he's still alive. When Jay makes something, that's stupid. He's still alive. I never heard him say that. Aaliyah was beautiful. That was one of my wife's favorite artists, was Aaliyah. We love her some Aaliyah. Bob Dog, 2010, yes. I started a record company called Hub City Entertainment. Took a group called The Relatives. And Hub City Entertainment with The Relatives. Big Y and Sugar Booger. I need to listen to that CD. I'm telling y'all, that's a bad CD. People slept on it. I just didn't have the right promotion company around it. Everybody was scared to mess with me because I had left Shell. Yep. All right, John. Well, if we can go ahead and wrap it up. Any last words you want to say to the people?
No, just as usual. If you enjoyed the content, we're trying to get as much backing as we can for Reggie and for his situation, so he's good. So if you guys can contribute, if you want to contribute, the link is in the description. And like I said at the beginning, if you weren't on earlier, we're gonna do a thing where if you donate 100, then you can come on the show for 15 minutes and ask. You can answer the questions on the board, or ask Reggie the questions that people are asking, or you ask your own questions. And if you do 500, you can do it for damn near a whole show. You do it for like an hour or so. But you know, anything helps, and it's whatever you guys want to do. But if you do want to contribute, the link will be in the description of this video, and then usually I take I put all the information in a comment, and then I pin it below, so you can scroll and do that. But otherwise, I don't know why Danny Boy didn't come on, but I apologize for him. I know that we had advertised him, so we can't control it. But for those that are let down that he wasn't on, we'll try to make it up to you guys. So, you know, sometimes stuff comes up and things happen, so can't be mad at that. But otherwise, we'll have maybe Jay Flex or somebody later in the week, right, Reggie?
Yeah, for sure. OB County, yeah, I knew B Brazy. Like It Like That. Check out Like It Like That. Yeah, he was on a couple of songs, 2 songs on that album. Yeah, B Brazy, rest in peace. Good deal. Yeah. All right, cool. John, you go beat up on your girl for a little while for you.
Oh, there you go.
You sound like you're in a depression mode. I think you're depressed because you really want to talk to Danny Boy for some reason.
No, I always feel bad if we advertise something and then we don't follow through. I feel like, it's not our fault, but I still feel bad if people, took time.
Did that. Don't feel bad. That was the first time, I guess.
That's true.
That we advertised.
That's true.
Yeah.
But,
all right, well, it's all good.
Yep. Okay, so thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll have another one probably Wednesday or Thursday. We'll go from there.
All right, cool.
All right, thanks, Reg.
Well, hopefully Wednesday. I told him Wednesday. If you're not available Thursday, let me know.
Yeah, no, Reg, Wednesday works. Wednesday works.
Okay.
So we'll line it up.
Cool.
All right.
All right.